The start of Travel Week, that is. South African Tourism launched the program in September last year, you'll remember. It's aimed at making domestic travel more accessible. Well, to tell us more about this initiative is Sho't from the South African Tourism, and she joins us in studio now. Thank you very much for making the time to talk to us so early in the morning. So,
thank you.
What are you doing to make this local travel attractive? Is it 50% off?
Yes, it is. So this week, starting today, we went live at midnight. You can go on to shotleft.co.za and you can get up to 50% off of travel. We're sitting with about 550 partners that are on board that are offering up to 50% off travel.
So is it just travel, or are you also talking to hotel owners, lodges, for them to, give these discounts?
It's all over. So we've got accommodation establishments, we've got tour operators, we've got experiences. So if you want to go bungee jumping or quad biking, we've got all those experiences. We've got car hire, we've got airlines, we've got buses. So we have it all.
So how does one access it? Where do I go?
You go
to get this information?
You definitely go to shotleft.co.za, but you can also get us on Instagram, on Twitter and on Facebook, where we will be all hands on deck trying to get everybody out of their houses and traveling.
Why is it important to encourage people to travel domestically?
Well, for starters, I think traveling your country makes you just a better person within your country. So it makes you know much more about your country, makes you love your country even more in that sense. And also, it's fantastic when other people are coming into your country, because when they do, you're able to actually be almost a tour operator for them. You can tell them, take the scenic route this way, or enjoy this particular way of going to wherever you're going to. So yeah, it's fantastic.
I know that you don't want me to touch on politics. I'm not going to, but it is something that affects, I think, every other South African who worries about their safety whenever they travel. Just last week, we were reporting about a couple that was attacked on holiday in the Eastern Cape. It's sadly, the wife, I think, lost her life while the husband was injured. How do you still encourage people, or are people wary of traveling, and what kind of safety measures do they need to take when traveling?
I think generally speaking, safety measures are the same whether you're traveling or you're vigilant on a normal Tuesday. So that is something that we will always encourage. Make sure that when you're traveling, you're vigilant, you're wary of your surroundings. But the reality is a lot of the places that we actually go to, that we travel to, are generally quite safe. So that's the fantastic thing about tourism, that it is harbored in an area that is generally quite safe. But obviously at all times, whether it is traveling or it is going to Checkers, you have to be wary of your surroundings.
What other campaigns do you run apart from Sho't?
Many. So Sho't is our big campaign. So it's Take a Sho't, and our campaign message is, it's your country, enjoy it, because nothing's more fun than a Sho't. So throughout the year, you will hear us on radio, on TV, and you will see us at a number of events. One of the biggest things that we're also doing is we're encouraging South Africans to save up for their travel. So we are using the Stokvel mode.
That's the difficult part, so if you can help us there.
Yes, so we've partnered with Flight Centre Stokvel in order to actually make sure that we get South Africans to save up for their travel. So you come in, you put in 500 Rand with your mates, and then you can then decide you want to do a particular trip at whatever time in the year. They will guide you on how much you will need to save in order to actually meet that objective. And the objective comes, they give you a discount when you do actually book, and far away you go.
So, again, where do we get this information?
shotleft.co.za is where you find us. And don't forget, you can engage with us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Shotleft.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Sho't from the South African Tourism. All right, let's bring you now some of the headlines making news.